On my birthday, I received a video of my wife sleeping with her first boyfriend. My daughter hugged him, saying she wished he were her father, so I filed for divorce and cut them both out of my life. I'm a civil engineer. 38 years old. I build bridges for a living, the kind that carry thousands of people every day, the kind that have to hold up under pressure. I thought I'd built a pretty solid life too. 13 years married to Monica, a 12-year-old daughter named Harper, a house in the suburbs with a 2-car garage and a mortgage we were actually ahead on. Turns out I don't know crap about foundations. It was my birthday. Nothing fancy planned. Monica said she'd make dinner. Harper promised she'd actually sit at the table instead of disappearing into her room. Small victories, right? I was leaving the job site early, picking up some wine on the way home, thinking about how I'd survived another year of pretending I had my life figured out. My phone buzzed at a red light. Unknown number. Text message with a video link. I almost deleted it. Spam, right? But something made me click. The video loaded. I recognized my bedroom immediately, the gray comforter Monica picked out last year, the stupid decorative pillows I always knocked onto the floor. The angle was from our dresser, like someone had propped a phone up there. Then I saw her, Monica, in our bed, with a man I didn't recognize. I should have stopped watching. I should have thrown the phone out the window. But I couldn't move. The video kept playing. They were finished, sheets tangled, his arm around her, both of them catching their breath. She was smiling. Not the tired smile she gave me anymore. A real one. The bedroom door opened. Harper walked in. My daughter, 12 years old, walked right into that room like it was the most natural thing in the world. She didn't look shocked. She didn't look confused. She looked happy. She walked over to the bed and hugged him. This stranger. This man in my bed with my wife. Harper wrapped her arms around his neck, and he kissed her forehead like he'd done it 1,000 times. Then she said it. I wish you were my dad. 5 words. That's all it took. The man, whoever the hell he was, smiled at her. Stroked her hair. Monica didn't pull Harper away. Didn't tell her that was inappropriate. She just sat there, sheet pulled up to her chest, watching them like it was a goddamn Hallmark movie. The video ended. I sat there at the green light, cars honking behind me. I watched it again. Then again. Looking for something that would make it make sense. An explanation. A joke. Anything, but there wasn't one. This wasn't new. This wasn't a one-time mistake. My daughter knew this man. My daughter was comfortable enough to walk into a bedroom after he just screwed my wife. My daughter wished he was her father. How long? How many times had Harper gone to his house? How many times had Monica told me they were at her mother's, at a friend's, at soccer practice, while they were really playing house with this guy? How long had I been the idiot? I drove home on autopilot. Pulled into the driveway at 6:06 p.m. The lights were on. Through the kitchen window, I could see Monica setting the table. Harper was laughing at something, her phone in her hand. My family. My wife and daughter. Getting ready to sing happy birthday to the man they'd already replaced. I didn't go inside. I sat in my car, engine off, and watched them through the glass. Monica called Harper over to help with something. They moved around the kitchen together, easy and familiar. They looked happy. They looked like they were waiting for someone. Just not me. I pulled out my phone. Found a law firm that advertised 24/7 availability. The kind of lawyers who handle ugly divorces. The line rang twice. I need a divorce lawyer, I said. Tonight. Ronald Hayes met me at his office at 11 p.m. He was in his 60s, looked like he slept in his suit, and had the kind of face that had seen every brand of human ugliness. When I walked in, he didn't offer condolences or ask if I was okay. He just pointed at a chair and said, "Show me what you've got." I handed him my phone. He watched the video twice, made notes, didn't flinch. "This is recent?" he asked. "Today." Someone sent it anonymously. "You know who he is?" "No idea." Ronald zoomed in on the man's face, screenshotted it. "We'll find out." This is enough for a fault-based divorce. Adultery still grounds in this state. Makes things cleaner. Cleaner. Like we were talking about a construction project. "I want everything," I said. "The house. The accounts. I want her to walk away with nothing." "The daughter?" I didn't answer right away. Harper's face flashed in my head, the way she'd looked at him, the way she'd said those words. "She's 12, Ronald said. Courts favor maternal custody at that age, but given the circumstances, parental alienation, exposing a child to an affair, we can argue for full custody. How long does this take? If she fights, 6 months to a year. If she's smart, she'll settle fast." I left his office at midnight with a retainer agreement and a plan. First step, find out who the hell this guy was. Took me less than 24 hours. His name was Troy Sinclair. 39. Owned a car dealership across town, the kind with inflatable tube men and weekend sales events. Monica's first boyfriend from high school. I found his Facebook profile, saw photos from a reunion 6 months ago. Monica was in 3 of them, standing too close, smiling too wide. 6 months. They'd been doing this for 6 months. I hired a private investigator Ronald recommended. Cost me $2,000, but I needed everything. Bank records, phone logs, motel receipts, anything that would bury her in court. By Thursday, I had it all. Monica had been withdrawing cash every Friday. Small amounts, 200 here, 300 there. Enough to fly under my radar but consistent enough to fund hotel rooms. The Pi tracked her to a motel off Highway 9, she'd been there 11 times in 4 months, but that wasn't the worst part. The worst part was Harper. Monica had been taking her to Troy's house on weekends. I'd thought they were at Monica's mother's place. Helping with yard work, Monica said. Quality time with grandma. Lies. All of it. The Pi had photos. Harper getting out of Monica's car at Troy's house. Harper sitting on his porch eating ice cream. Harper and Troy throwing a football in his backyard. My daughter had been calling him Uncle Troy. I stared at those photos for an hour. Harper looked comfortable. She looked like she belonged there. Like she'd been going there long enough that it felt normal. Monica hadn't just cheated. She'd been auditioning her replacement. Slowly erasing me. Letting Harper get attached to him so that when the time came, when Monica finally worked up the nerve to leave, Harper would already be used to the idea. Except I wasn't going to give her that chance. Friday afternoon, while Monica was at work and Harper was at school, I had the locks changed. Called a locksmith who didn't ask questions, paid him cash for same-day service. Then I went to the bank and froze our joint accounts. Not illegal, my name was on them too. Ronald filed the divorce papers that afternoon. I had them served at Monica's school, hand-delivered by a process server during her lunch break. Maximum humiliation. Then I printed a copy and taped it to the front door. I didn't go inside. I took what I needed earlier, clothes, documents, my laptop. Everything else could burn for all I cared. I drove to the extended stay I'd booked that morning and sat in the parking lot. My phone stayed silent for 20 minutes. Then it rang. Monica's number. I didn't answer. 3 more calls. 2 voicemails. A string of texts that started with what the hell and ended with answer me. I turned my phone off, walked up to my room, and opened a beer. At 7:30, I drove back to the house. Parked across the street where I could see the front door. Monica's car pulled into the driveway at 7:52. Harper was in the passenger seat. Monica got out, walked to the door, tried her key. It didn't work. She tried again. Then she saw the papers taped to the door. She ripped them down. Read the first page. Her face went white. Harper got out of the car, asked something I couldn't hear. Monica turned, screamed something at her. Harper backed away. Monica pulled out her phone, started dialing. Pressed it to her ear. I watched my phone light up on the passenger seat. Her name flashing on the screen. I didn't answer. She found me Sunday morning. I'd been at the extended stay for 2 days, ignoring 47 calls and God knows how many texts. Ronald told me not to engage, let her panic, let her realize how badly she'd screwed up. But Monica was persistent. The knock came at 9 a.m. 3 sharp raps that said she wasn't asking permission. I opened the door. Monica stood there with Harper slightly behind her, both of them looking like they'd had a rough weekend. Good. We need to talk, Monica said. No, we don't. I started to close the door. Harper spoke up. Dad, please. I stopped. Looked at my daughter. She wouldn't meet my eyes. 5 minutes, I said. They came in. Monica sat on the edge of the bed. Harper stood by the door, arms crossed, everything about her body language screaming she didn't want to be there. This is insane, Monica started. You can't just lock us out of our house. My house. My name on the deed. We need to talk about this like adults. Adults don't sleep with their high school boyfriends in the family bed. Harper flinched. Monica's mouth opened, closed. It's not what you think, Monica said, and I almost laughed. Troy and we're just friends. We reconnected at the reunion and... Stop. I pulled out my phone, opened the video. Hit play. Monica's face drained of color as she heard her own voice, saw herself in our bed. I have this, I said. I have the texts. 6 months of hotel receipts. Bank statements showing you bleeding our accounts dry for your little getaway weekends. I know about the 11 times you took Harper to his house when you told me you were at your mother's. Monica looked like she might throw up. You broke into my phone. Didn't have to. You used our joint account to pay for the motels. She stood up, tried a different angle. Desperation. You're hurting Harper. She needs her father. She needs. Tell me what you said in the video, I said to Harper. Harper looked at the floor. Look at me and tell me you didn't say you wished Troy was your dad. She finally met my eyes. And I saw it. Not shame. Not regret. Defiance. I meant it, she said. He's nicer than you. He actually listens to me. He doesn't just work all the time and ignore us. There it was. The script Monica had fed her. Poor neglected Harper, stuck with a father who provided everything but wasn't present enough. Never mind that every weekend I'd asked to do something with her, she had plans. Never mind that every dinner I'd tried to have, she was on her phone. Okay, I said quietly. Monica sensed an opening. We can fix this. We can go to counseling. Harper didn't mean. I pulled up another file on my phone. An audio recording. Hit play. Monica's voice came through the speaker. Can't keep doing this forever. Harper deserves a real family. She deserves a father who actually wants to be around. Troy's voice. So leave him. Move in with me. We'll figure out the custody thing. Monica, I'm trying. I just need time to set everything up right. I don't want to lose the house. The recording stopped. Monica stared at me like I'd pulled a gun. That's from 3 weeks ago, I said. You pocket dialed me from Troy's house. 22-minute conversation about how you were planning your exit strategy while making sure you could take me for everything. Harper's defiance cracked. Just a little. You were using me for financial security while training my daughter to replace me, I said. So here's what happens now. You wanted Troy? He's yours. You wanted out? You're out. But you don't get to rewrite history and make me the villain. I opened my laptop. Showed Monica the email I'd sent that morning. To Principal Angela Burton, Jefferson Elementary School. Subject, violation of morality clause, Monica Hayes. Attached was the video. The hotel receipts. Everything. Your contract has a morality clause, I said. Conduct unbecoming of an educator. Especially conduct involving the exposure of a minor to an extramarital affair. Monica grabbed for the laptop. I pulled it back. I also sent it to your parents. Her face went white. Her parents, conservative, old school, the kind of people who still went to church twice a week and believed in public shame as divine justice. And I posted a very factual, very measured account on Facebook. No names. Just facts. Timeline. Evidence. For when you inevitably try to play the victim to our friends. Monica's phone started ringing. Then buzzing. Then didn't stop. Her mother's name flashed on the screen. Harper started crying. I stood up, opened the door. You wanted him, I said. Now he's all you have. Monica tried to speak, but her phone wouldn't stop buzzing. Texts pouring in. Calls from numbers she recognized. She grabbed Harper's hand and walked out. I closed the door, sat down on the bed, and for the first time in 3 days, I felt like I could breathe. The school board meeting happened on a Wednesday. I know because Ronald got a call from Monica's lawyer that afternoon, screaming about harassment and defamation. Ronald put him on speaker so I could hear. Your client sent explicit material to a school administrator. My client sent evidence of an educator violating her employment contract, Ronald said calmly. If your client wants to argue she didn't violate the morality clause, we can do that in court. With the video, the lawyer hung up. Monica was placed on administrative leave that day. By Friday, the leave became permanent. The district didn't want the liability. A teacher exposed her 12-year-old daughter to an extramarital affair. Didn't matter that Harper was her own kid, the optics were poison. Monica lost her job. Her parents were worse. Her mother showed up at my extended stay on Thursday. 73 years old, drove 40 minutes to tell me in person that she'd raised Monica better than this. That she was ashamed. That Monica was no longer welcome at Sunday dinners until she got right with God. I didn't ask her to do that. I just sent them the evidence. They made their own choice. Monica tried calling her father. He wouldn't answer. And Troy? Troy disappeared like smoke. The pie caught it on camera. Monica showing up at his dealership on Saturday, begging him to talk. He walked her to her car, hands up like he was calming a crazy person. 30 seconds of conversation. Then he went back inside. He stopped answering her calls after that. Turns out Troy didn't sign up for a broke, unemployed single mother with baggage. He signed up for the fantasy. The sneaking around. The hotel rooms. When it got real, when it got complicated, he was out. Monica hired a lawyer with money she didn't have. Probably borrowed it from somewhere. He filed for spousal support, claimed Monica deserved half of everything because she'd sacrificed her career to raise our daughter. Except Monica had worked the entire marriage. And she hadn't sacrificed crap, she'd just gotten fired for screwing around. The court date got set for mid-November. 2 months away. Meanwhile, I did what I always do when things break. I worked, threw myself into a bridge project in the next county. Stayed late. Took weekend shifts. My boss noticed. Promoted me to senior project manager with a 15% raise. I joined a gym. Started running again. Saw a therapist twice a week who didn't tell me I needed to forgive anyone, just helped me process the anger so it didn't eat me alive. I reconnected with friends I'd lost track of. Guys from college who I'd stopped seeing because Monica didn't like them. Turns out they were still around, still good people, still willing to grab a beer and not ask too many questions. I was rebuilding. Monica was falling apart. Our mutual friends tried to play neutral at first. Asked me for my side of the story. I sent them the evidence. Most of them stopped talking to Monica after that. A few tried to defend her, said people make mistakes, said I was being cruel. I blocked them. Then the mediation happened. Ronald, me, Monica's lawyer, and Monica in a conference room that smelled like stale coffee and broken promises. Monica looked rough. Hair pulled back. No makeup. The kind of tired that settles into your bones. Her lawyer laid out the offer. Monica wanted alimony. Wanted to keep the house. Wanted joint custody of Harper. Ronald laughed. Your client committed adultery, exposed the child to her affair partner, lost her job due to moral turpitude, and alienated the child from her father. She's not getting the house. She's not getting alimony. We're offering her 10% of the liquid assets and she should thank God for that. Monica's lawyer tried to argue. Ronald put the video file on the table. Do you want the judge to watch this? Because I promise you, he will. And when he does, your client won't get 10%. She'll get nothing. The room went quiet. Monica started crying. Quietly at first. Then harder. I didn't feel sorry for her. The lawyers stepped out to confer. Came back with a counteroffer. I keep the house. I keep the retirement accounts. I keep the cars. Monica gets a small settlement, enough to rent an apartment, get back on her feet. Minimal alimony, only for 2 years. And custody? Split custody. Standard arrangement. Ronald said it was a win. That we'd crushed her. That I could walk away clean. But then Monica's lawyer said something that made my blood run cold. The court will consider Harper's preference. She's 12. Old enough that the judge will ask her who she wants to live with. Ronald looked at me. I looked at the settlement papers. Monica wiped her eyes, watching me. What about Harper? I asked. She's 12, Ronald said carefully. The court will interview her. Ask her where she feels safe. Who she wants as her primary guardian. I already knew the answer. Harper had made her choice months ago. She'd been making it every time she went to Troy's house. Every time she called him Uncle Troy. Every time she looked at me like I was the problem. I stared at the settlement papers. Monica's lawyer cleared his throat. We can go to trial. Or you can sign. Ronald leaned close. This is the best deal we're going to get. Take it. I picked up the pen. I need to add something, I said. Ronald looked up. What? I want to waive custody. The room went silent. You want to what? Monica's lawyer said. I waive all custody rights. Monica gets full custody of Harper. I'll pay child support as required by law. But I want zero visitation. No weekends. No holidays. Nothing. Ronald grabbed my arm. Can we have a moment? We stepped into the hallway. He closed the door behind us. What the hell are you doing? He said. Exactly what I said. You're giving up your daughter. She's not my daughter anymore. Ronald stared at me like I'd lost my mind. She's 12. Kids say stupid things. You can't just. She made her choice, I said. I watched her make it. I'm not going to spend the next 6 years forcing a relationship with someone who doesn't want me in their life. I'm not going to show up every other weekend and watch her count down the hours until she can leave. I'm done. The court's going to ask why. Then I'll tell them. I'll tell them my daughter participated in her mother's affair. That she was groomed to prefer another man. That she told him she wished he was her father. And that I'm not interested in shared custody with a child who's been taught to hate me. Ronald rubbed his face. This is permanent. You understand that? You can't change your mind in a year when she grows up. Good. We went back inside. I added the modification in writing. Signed it. Slid it across the table. Monica's lawyer read it. Looked at Monica. She was staring at me like she didn't recognize me. You're walking away from Harper? She said. You wanted me gone. Now I'm gone. All the way. She's your daughter. She wished Troy was her father. So let him be. Oh wait, he already bailed on you, didn't he? Monica's face crumpled. Her lawyer put a hand on her arm. My client accepts the terms, he said. We signed. Ronald witnessed. It was done. I walked out of that conference room $50,000 poorer and completely free. 2 years later, I got an email. I was living in a different city by then. Took a job 3 hours away, fresh start, new office. I'd been promoted twice. Made senior engineer on a municipal infrastructure project that would have my name on a plaque when it was finished. I was seeing someone. Briefly. Nothing serious. We'd been on 4 dates, and she didn't ask about my past because I didn't offer it. The email came on a Tuesday. Subject: Dad, please read this. From Harper's school email address. I stared at it for a full minute. Then I deleted it without opening it. 3 days later, another email. Then another. I set up a filter. Anything from her address went straight to trash. Then Monica tried a message on Facebook. I'd locked down my profile years ago, but she found a way through mutual friends. Troy left. He's engaged to someone else. Harper's been struggling. Acting out at school. She needs her father. Please. Just talk to her. I read it twice. Then I blocked Monica's account. She tried Instagram. Blocked. She tried texting from a new number. Blocked. She sent a message through my mother. I told my mother if she wanted to stay in my life, she needed to stop playing messenger. I didn't feel guilty. I felt relief. I'd rebuilt my life without them. New city, new career trajectory, new routines. I went to the gym 5 days a week. Had a small circle of friends who knew me as the guy who worked hard and didn't talk about his ex-wife. I had hobbies, started woodworking, took a welding class, learned to cook something other than pasta. Every year on my birthday, I took myself out to dinner. Somewhere nice. Ordered exactly what I wanted. Raised a glass to the life I'd built. No bitterness. No revenge fantasies, just peace. But last month, Ronald called. You got a letter, he said. Came to my office. From Harper. Throw it away. It's marked urgent. She sent it through legal channels. I have to pass it to you. Then mail it to me. I'll throw it away myself. It arrived 3 days later. Thick envelope. Harper's handwriting on the front. I didn't open it right away. Left it on my kitchen counter for a week. My girlfriend, casual, 5 months in, starting to feel like maybe something real, asked about it. Old mail, I said, but she saw the return address. Saw Ronald's law firm. Is that from your daughter? She asked. I'd told her the basics. Divorce. Ex-wife cheated. Daughter chose her mother. I didn't go into details. Didn't need to. Yeah, I said. Are you going to read it? I picked up the envelope. Held it. Harper would be 14 now. Freshman in high school. Old enough to understand consequences. Old enough to realize that actions have weight. Old enough to know what she'd done. What will you do? My girlfriend asked. I looked at her. Then at the letter. I already did. I threw the letter away that night. Didn't open it. Didn't read past the return address. Just walked it straight to the trash can outside and dropped it in with the rest of the garbage. My girlfriend watched from the kitchen window. When I came back inside, she didn't ask questions. Just poured 2 glasses of wine and we moved on with our evening. That's the thing about starting over. You get to decide what stays in your life and what doesn't. You get to choose which bridges you rebuild and which ones you let burn down to the foundation. I chose to let it burn. I'm 40 now. 2 years since that letter. Harper's 16 now, I guess. I don't keep track. I run a team of 11 engineers. We just finished a highway interchange that cut commute times by 20 minutes for 30,000 people. My boss wants me to take over the northern region next year. I'll probably say yes. I bought a house last year. Nothing huge, but it's mine. 3 bedrooms, because why not? Office, guest room, and a workshop in the garage where I build furniture on weekends. Sold a dining table last month for $1,200. Guy said it was the best craftsmanship he'd seen. The girlfriend from 2 years ago? We're engaged now. Getting married next spring. Her name's Audrey, she's a physical therapist, and she's never asked me to explain myself or justify my choices. She knows the story. She knows I have a daughter somewhere who I don't talk to. She's never pushed. That's how I know she's different. I still hear things. Small town networks run deep even when you move away. A mutual friend mentioned Monica's working as a substitute teacher now. Different district. Lower pay. Still struggling. Harper's apparently doing okay. Not great. My mother, who I talk to maybe once every 2 months, let it slip that Harper's in therapy. Has been for a year. Anger issues. Trust issues. Standard stuff for a kid whose world imploded because her mother couldn't keep her legs closed. I didn't ask for details. Troy married the woman he left Monica for. They live 2 towns over. Have a kid on the way, from what I heard. He and Monica don't speak. Probably doesn't even remember Harper exists. Funny how that works. People ask me sometimes if I regret it. Walking away from my daughter. Burning it all down instead of trying to salvage something. I don't. Harper was old enough to know what she was saying when she told Troy she wished he was her dad. Old enough to understand she was choosing sides. Old enough to participate in her mother's betrayal and think it was fine. I gave her exactly what she wanted. A life without me in it. She's got her mother. She's got her therapist. She's got whatever family members are still willing to put up with Monica's mess. What she doesn't have is me showing up every other weekend, pretending we're a family, letting her treat me like an obligation she has to endure until she turns 18. I'm not that guy. I'm the guy who walked away when staying would have destroyed me. The guy who chose self-respect over sentiment. The guy who rebuilt his entire life from scratch because the old one was rotten from the inside out. And I'm good with that. Last week was my birthday. 40 years old. Audrey asked if I wanted a party. I said no. Just dinner. Somewhere quiet. We went to a steakhouse downtown. She ordered the salmon, I got a ribeye. We split a bottle of wine that cost more than my first car. Talked about the wedding. Laughed about her parents asking when we're having kids. When dessert came, she raised her glass. To you, she said. To us, I corrected. We clinked glasses. I looked at this woman across from me, this person who chose to be here, who didn't come with baggage and betrayal and poison, and I felt something I hadn't felt in years. Grateful, not for the divorce. Not for the pain. But for the gift that video gave me on my birthday 4 years ago. It showed me the truth. It showed me who people really were when they thought I wasn't looking. It showed me I deserved better than being someone's backup plan. Monica wanted Troy to be the father. I gave them exactly what they wanted. And I've never been happier. Every year on my birthday, I remember what I lost. And every year, I'm more thankful I'm not the man begging for scraps from people who never valued him in the first place. They wanted him in their lives, so I let them have him. And I took my freedom instead. Best trade I ever made. Thank you so much for watching until the end. If you really like our videos, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Have a great day.